morning, class. This is Gilbert Pigues, your values teacher, and our topic for today is all about moral lesson. But before that, let me tell you a story about the king and slave. One day, when they were heading to the jungle, the beast appeared and attacked the king. Unfortunately, the king's finger got cut, and then the slave went to fight back the beast. And then the slave beat the beast. And when the slave slayed the beast, the king got so very angry. The king said, "Why are you not protecting me? My fingers got cut. How can I become a king?" Then the slave replied, "Don't worry, my king. It is all God's purpose." "So do you believe it is all God's purpose?" the king said. "What if I prison you for the rest of your life? Do you think that is still God's purpose?" The slave replied, "Yes, my king. Whatever happens, it is all God's will." Then the king prisoned the slave. After a couple of years, the king decided again to went for hunting. Then, with a lot of slaves, when they reached the deepest part of the jungle, they reached to the place where an ancient tribe lives, a cannibal tribe who sacrifices human for their god, for their worship. They reached that place. And then, the king and his slave got caught by that cannibals. And they sacrificed all the captured slave. They beheaded it and offered it to their god. When they're about to sacrifice the king, they notices that the king's fingers are missing. So they realize that it is not proper to sacrifice a person with disability. So, the cannibal released the king. Then after that, the king realizes, "I think my slave is right. If my fingers are not being cut, I am the one who has been offered to their god." And when the king went back to the palace, the king directly referred the slave and tell the slave what happens. So the slave replied, "Do you now, my king, believe that all things happen to us are just God's purpose?" The king just smiled on him and said, "If it is God's purpose, so why God let me present you?" So the slave replied, "My king, the reason is, if I'm not the one who is being present here, I am supposed to be the one who is offered to their God." The king smiled and hugged his slave.
I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slow.